We are still at Washington Convention Center, where the first White House Women's Summit is taking place, and now I'm with
Karen Dumapias with the Iron Workers Organization.
Yes, okay, Karen, what's your impression about this summit going on here?
It's exciting, it's momentous. We're finally moving forward in our society. It's indicative of that there is change and our country is ready for change.
What do you think is the most challenging issue facing women in the United States today?
I would say the most challenging issue facing women today is the lack of understanding of our dynamic in the workforce. So essentially lack of education. The lack of education leads to a lot of gender bias that otherwise wouldn't exist. I think that the more we show our presence and voice, our leadership strongly, then society will eventually, naturally evolve.
When you say bias, what are you referring to?
Most of our work environment is geared towards men. Our pay scales, our views of leadership, our views of capability, skill levels. There are certain jobs that perhaps leaders of a company would think are better suited for a man over a woman. We simply are not the first candidate that a man thinks of. Perfect example is the presidential candidate, Hillary Clinton.
So what can be done to address all these issues you are raising here?
Exposure, and more exposure. Exposure of our skills, our ability to lead. We are more than 50% of the workforce at this time, and continually addressing our issues and making shows like the Women State of the Nation.
What do you think about equal pay on the workplace?
Well, equal pay should be, that there should not be an issue. Again, I represent the Iron Workers International Union. Our collective bargaining agreements address equal pay. Our collective bargaining agreements are indiscriminate in pay. So for myself, it's appalling to see the numbers and know that a lot of our women are getting paid even 54% of what males are being paid.
Speaking about, upcoming presidential election, who do you think, what candidate do you think is likely to address your issues?
I would say Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton would naturally be able to address our issues, minority issues on the whole. That relating to her gender, absolutely. Just by virtue of that she grew up in a society that was predominantly male-dominated, she understands a lot of the dynamics that a lot of minorities face, including women biases.
On that, I thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.